Ice cream is one of the most common desserts that there is, but if you're trying to lose weight, it's just a constant temptation for your cravings. And of course there's low-calorie ice cream like Halo Top, but it's not the best in actually giving you the physique that you want, especially if you consider the experience you have after when you eat it. So what if there's an ice cream that is both low in calories and keeps you full? And after dozens of failed attempts and finally getting it right, I was able to come up with 4 ice cream recipes that I use with the Ninja Creami to help me stay full, lose weight, and still enjoy the sweets that I love. And the first one that dropped from heaven is none other than my favorite one, and that is the orange creamsicle flavor. The first thing to add is the type of milk you'll use, which could be the difference between adding 200 calories to your ice cream to only 40 calories. So for us to keep the calories low, we need to have some form of low-calorie milk, which is why I'm putting almond milk in this recipe. It also helps to give texture to the ice cream as well. But for us to stay full and to get the physique you want, you need protein, which is why we're adding a serving of vanilla protein powder. Any brand will do, but I personally like Isopure. So now for us to get the orange flavor, we're gonna have to use something that doesn't add too many calories either. Sure, you can add orange, but you'll need to blend it up before putting in the creamy, which just takes more work. Or you could use orange juice, but it ends up having too much sugar and too many calories. So the easy solution is by adding some sugar-free Jell-O packets. Personally, I love the ones officially from Jell-O, but you can also get any other type of sugar-free pudding, like from places like Walmart or Target. And it also makes the ice cream a lot more thick compared to something just like an orange or orange juice. Once you're done, you can use a frother, which I got from Amazon, which costs less than $10 to use. I mix it all together and then put the pint in the freezer for at least 12 hours. And whatever you do, I repeat, do not ever put the lid on when freezing. It will make the ice cream spike up because the heat's trying to mid out, and it can cause your creamy to actually break. So please don't do it. To get that creamy, smooth texture of ice cream, we're gonna put on that ice cream function. So if you ever take out your pint and it looks like you received just a bunch of chalk, you're probably gonna need to add some more liquid in. So for less calories, use water if you need to. And then once it's done, it should look super creamy. And if you wanna be really fancy, you can add some extra orange slices on top, and there's your beautiful, delicious orange creamsicle, baby. All right, so look at this thing right here. This whole pint right here, about 25, 30 grams of protein, depending on how much protein powder you put in. But like, look at this. It's so good. Oh yeah, now that is creamy. You know, like those little push-up pops that you put in like after school on a sunny day? That's what that tastes like. It's like it's well earned. You need this. And if you don't, I'm just saying, man, you're missing out on this. This is really good. All right, so 1 down, 3 to go. With the next one being watermelon supreme ice cream. See the rhyme? I thought it was good. For this recipe, it will require a blender to mix the ingredients together before putting it in a creamy. So you're gonna need to get at least some form of blender for this. So get 100 grams of watermelon, and you're gonna need less liquid for this recipe because watermelon is mostly, well, water. And if you add any more water, you're not gonna get that thickness. So we need to use some of that low-calorie milk, but not too much. I'm using about 6 to 8 fluid ounces here for this recipe. Once it's done, add about a teaspoon of monk fruit for that sweetness and a pinch of salt for some contrast. Then add some whey protein powder, but not any protein powder. You might think, well, Dalton, what protein powder works well with watermelon? Well, watermelon, duh. I got this flavor from a brand I'm using called FlexJuice, which not only gives a great taste, but also makes this recipe high in protein to keep us full. So we're also keeping the calories low for this. Now do the same process of freezing, then blending on the ice cream function, and bam, you got yourself some beautiful watermelon ice cream. All right, guys, right here, we got ourselves 20 grams of protein easily in this ice cream. You can obviously put a little bit more if you want to get more protein, but like seriously, low calorie, high protein, who doesn't want this? And this tastes so good too. But I could have this every single day if I really want to. No complaints. Definitely one of my favorites. Just saying. Okay, maybe you want something more simple that doesn't have too many ingredients or any protein powder. So you'll love this mango ice cream I'm whipping up for you right now. In your blender, get 100 grams of mango, tablespoon of monk fruit, and a pinch of salt. Then you're gonna add some Greek yogurt to make it smooth. If you use the wrong yogurt, you'll end up getting some tart piece of doo-doo that tastes terrible. So for this, I'm using some Oikos vanilla Greek yogurt for this recipe. Next, add your low-calorie milk. So I've seen that both almond milk and coconut milk do pretty well here. So about a cup does well here, then blend together, put in your creamy, freeze. Once it's done, put in the ice cream function, and then you got some delicious, luxurious mango ice cream. Look at this giant tub right here. You see that? It literally is so massive that it goes over the max thing. You should not let it go over the max fill, but except, damn, it's so good. Why wouldn't you have it? So for this one, it's got that super creamy texture because of the vanilla Greek yogurt, and having this, and that is good. If you don't have this, you're missing out for your summer, just saying. While all the other recipes are absolute fire, before I started using the Ninja Creami, I used to make smoothies, and this triple berry recipe is the best thing I could turn that into ice cream, and I couldn't have done it without FlexJuice. FlexJuice is a great protein powder that is perfect to add to your creamy to give it some texture and for it to taste amazing. I currently have watermelon and triple berry flavors and plan on adding a bunch more. I'm personally thankful they gave me some of their protein powder to make this just for you guys, so if you're interested, you can get 10% off your order with code Dalton in the link in the description below. Anyway, for the recipe, you're gonna get all your ingredients in your blender, such as 50 grams of strawberries, 50 grams of bananas, teaspoon of monk fruit, a cup of almond milk, and then a scoop of FlexJuice. Make sure you don't put too little milk or else you're gonna get a super hard pint of ice cream and you're not gonna like it. Blend it all together, then you're gonna put in the pint, let it freeze for about 12 to 24 hours. And I find that two choices work well here, aside from just the ice cream function. Because the ice cream function, as you know, gives it that thickness, but if you like a nice whipped cream texture, the light ice cream mode will also work well for this recipe. Once you choose either of the options, you turn an amazing smoothie into some delicious ice cream. All right, so right here, we got ourselves under 300 calories of delicious ice cream right here. If you see that the texture right now is not actually like super dense, and I kind of like that honestly because it gives me like that smoothie texture as well. So if you guys love berries and bananas, you can also do this with other types of stuff as well. It's gonna taste so delicious, so highly recommend you check it out. That hits the spot. Even though it took dozens of rounds of trial and error to make these great low-calorie ice cream recipes, what if I told you that there are a couple different ways that you can become a beginner to a master with your Ninja Creami? Well, if you want to figure that out, make sure that you check out this video right here where I go in depth on that, and I'll see you there in a second.